Are you happy, girl? Hey, good morning there, mister. You sure are a cutie. Too bad you're not a heifer, though. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Organic Dairyman, and welcome back to my channel today. Today is Monday, May 4th, and it is a gorgeous cloudy day, if you can say that. It's a little cooler. The wind's blowing out of the northeasterly direction, kind of, and it is 48 degrees Fahrenheit, 26 degrees Celsius this morning, and we're supposed to get rain today. There's something like an 80% chance of rain. We already got a few sprinkles already this morning, but so anyways, I'm gonna quick throw some stuff in the feeder wagon here while I wait for my brother to it takes two of us to get the cows in the morning because they're still figuring out their stalls yet. They're getting better at it every day, but you still need, it takes more than one person to do it. Gonna help guide the cows. We like them go in a specific stall. That's just the way we do it. But so I'm gonna get the tractors running here and go up and put a little bit of hay on, just get it ready to go. And as far as what we're gonna do here today, it depends. I should say, as far as what we're gonna do here today, it kind of depends on the weather. If it doesn't rain when I get done with the feeding chores, if it's not raining, I'm gonna keep working the corn planter. If it is raining, well, we'll find some other stuff to do on the inside. We got little jobs to do, like that fertilizer spreader, the shaft, and there's a shaft on there that needs to be straightened. But so today is gonna kind of be a day we'll play it by ear and see how it goes. So anyways, I got to get this going here, and we'll see what we all get done here today. And you know, a little bit of rain, not gonna hurt anything. Okay. Oh. Just got done putting the high moisture corn on the feeder wagon, and it is starting to spit out just a little tiny bit. Spitting. So I'm gonna go finish loading the feeder wagon, and we'll see if it's gonna be too rainy to work on the corn planter. And one other thing too is, just wanted to give everybody a quick update on the fertilizer. It's supposed to be coming here, fertilizer that we will be using. We will be spreading in that spreader. But the fertilizer is supposed to come maybe the end of the week, hopefully. It kind of got delayed a little bit. It was supposed to come last week, but on the mixer machine that they mix the fertilizer up, there's a bearing that went out, so they replaced the bearing, and I think somebody either forgot or dropped a pipe in there and didn't realize it. Started up the machine, it bent a bunch of stuff, so they had to fix that. So yeah, so if you don't know, our fertilizer comes from New Mexico. It comes from Mesa Versa someplace. That's what it's called down there in New Mexico. So that's where it's going to come from, and hopefully by the end of the week we'll be here. And we still got to fix this thing here. If that shaft is bent, I bent it with the combine, so I gotta fix that. So back to the feeding, or finish up anyways. Okay, got the cows fed, and it's still spitting out. One thing I forgot to mention here too, one of these, before the fertilizer comes, we're gonna have to do a play musical equipment. We got to switch all the machinery and we got to take the combine and put in the machine shed here. Probably gonna have to take that egg bagger out and put that outside because it usually sits outside in the summer anyway. So that's one of the things we're gonna have to do here when it quits raining, and swap equipment around. Anyways, I think I'm gonna quick go to town here because I gotta get some softener salt at the feed store. And by the way, they did jack up the price of softener salt because of the coronavirus thing. So I gotta get some softener salt for my house, otherwise I'm gonna have hard water. And I might stop at the farm store and grab a couple of things. So I'm gonna hurry up and head to town before they close at the feed store. Hopefully, if it ain't raining, when I get back too much, I'm gonna work on the corn planter. And then, yep. Okay, just got back from town a little bit ago, and I was just over by this direction of this plow here, and I wanted to look at the cylinder here again because we got to get this thing fixed here before we start plowing with it. I just wondering if we have a cylinder here that might work for it, because we have a couple used cylinders here, and I know I might have to measure the stroke on this thing and see if it's gonna work. Because this cylinder was kind of, but not specially made for this plow. We need to get this plow hooked up here one of these days and get it looked over. I don't remember last year we had trouble with something on here. I know that was that one grease zerk there, I think. But, yep, at least the plow or the mow boards. That's one reason why I always paint those things up. They don't get rusty, otherwise it's hard. But yeah, we'll have to get this thing hooked up here and give it a good looking over, and for sure get that cylinder fixed here. But just kind of a light rain coming down here right now, so I think I still might work on the corn planter. It's not coming down too bad here, so yep, I'll go work on that in just a little bit. Okay, I'm in the repair shed here, and I'm going to start working on the corn planter here in a little bit, but I just want to talk about the shift lever. I have not called any salvage yards to see if I get a new one yet, or not a new one, a used one, because they don't make new ones. But what I'm thinking about is there's a guy that lives just a few miles southwest of here, and he's got a turning lane. He's pretty good with it, and I was gonna see if he could determine what kind of steel this is made out of, and just see if he could actually make one of these up. So because if they can make one up for that tractor, they should be able to make, someone out there should be able to make one up for this. So I mean, you got the measurements pretty much. You just got to measure what you need, and but if they can determine what kind of metal it is, I'm just gonna see if this one guy, if he can do it for me or not. So hopefully he can do it. Hopefully he can make it up for me. But yeah, I'm gonna work in the corn planter. Yeah, I covered it up with plastic because we don't have any shed space for this corn planter right now since we bought that drill. So I'm gonna still try to work on it under the plastic. Won't be fun, but yeah, I'm not too enthused. This whole corn planter project is not, it's not really an exciting project to work on. Okay, everybody, I am been here working on this one here, and I just wanted to kind of show everybody what you what you have to do here. That's the 2 business cards there. And if I could find, let me set you down here for a second. You just take your tape measure and you measure like that. And it should be less than 2.5 inches apart, which it is, so. So that means this one is good, so I can put this one back together, this unit here, underneath this plastic. Oh, it's not fun working under there, but I just thought I'd show you because I really haven't shown you exactly how you do that. But it's not enjoyable out here. I got three rows done. I got 2 more left to do. So hopefully tomorrow I'll finish up what's left for at least the disc openers, and then I'll have to work on those bushings. And yep. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Well, looks like we got an inch of rain. Hey, good morning everybody. Today is, what is today? Tuesday, May 5th. And as you can see, it is raining outside. Yes, it's raining. So I'm just getting ready here. Get this thing ready to start milking. And yeah, as you saw, we got about an inch of rain. It's still coming down yet. This is just perfect weather for the small grain. Perfect weather. Not for the corn and beans though. Yep, that's why when you're organic, we don't plant corn or soybeans the same time our neighbors do. We always wait a little bit so to do that, because, and matter of fact, they're talking maybe later in the week some frost at night. It could, some possible freezing temps at night, which I hope my neighbors, I hope his beans aren't up out of the ground, because if the beans are up out of the ground, they're so far out of the ground, it will kill them. You know, if they're just poking up, probably not. It won't bother them. But if they're up, it could kill them. But yep. So, anyways, we left the cows in last night. Yep, we left them in last night. It's just too wet; they'll get muddy. So we could probably leave them in today. So we'll be back to doing regular chores in here today, and we'll see what we get done here today as far as, I don't know, see if we get any by working the corn plant or not. I wanted to go try to get that shift lever, see about that, so we'll see what happens. And good morning, General Zukov. Good morning. So we'll see how the day goes. Okay, we're all done with milking, and I guess we decided that I'm just gonna load the feeder wagon here for the milk cows. First, we're just gonna do that, get the cows fed. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, we're not gonna let them out, and my brother, he's gonna go clean the barn. The spreader's over there. He's gonna bring that up there, and he's gonna clean the barn here pretty soon, because otherwise the gutter gets too full. Manure's a little bit runny. It doesn't want to come out very good. But anyways, I There was someone that, well, I think it was a few videos ago, someone made a comment. They were interested in the story on this 4020. Yeah, so anyways, I think we bought it, I think it was March or April of 2001 when we bought this 4020. Obviously it's a synchro range, side console. I don't even remember where we saw it advertised. It was in some paper that we saw it advertised, but as soon as we saw it, we knew we wanted one. We obviously prefer the side console over the older ones, like they got the hydraulic on the dash. Yeah, not that the old 4020s are bad, but these are better. So we basically called the number right away and got a hold of the guy. And so we set a time, we went and looked at it, it was what we wanted. And so we bought it. And then we bought it, it was a little town, down by a little town in Minnesota called Porter, Minnesota is where we got it. Matter of fact, I still remember the name of the guy we bought it from. It's weird because his last name was hard to pronounce, and since his last name was so hard to pronounce, I could still remember his full name, first and his last name. And I'm pretty sure I remember how to get to the guy's place yet too, after all these years. But yeah, it was, the guy needed to sell it because he needed the money. He needed to pay off some debt. I don't think he wanted to sell it, but he sold it because he needed to. So anyways, we were there to buy it, and yeah, it's been a good tractor. The engine, as far as I know, has not been touched on it. It's still got the original pistons and sleeves and everything in there. And obviously the batteries, we redid the battery on here. And that door, we still have the door for it. We just gotta put it on. We can put it on anytime we want. But yeah, it's been a good tractor. I know the clutch had just been redone on it. Speaking of the clutch, I need to tighten the clutch on this thing. I can tell the throat's getting to the point where it needs to be tightened, so I should do that here one of these days. So yeah, it's been a good tractor, and that's kind of the history of it. We've been using it now for the last almost 20, basically 19 years we've had it. So yep, the engine hasn't been touched, so it's been a good tractor. You know, no complaints about it, except I wish it was a mechanical front-wheel drive, I guess, to make it only be better. But, so anyways, I better get to the feeding here. So there's your little history on the tractor. Okay, we're all done feeding in the barn, so I'm going to finish up the rest of the feeding. And I got my snack food, some Fritos, what's left in the bag. Some of my snack food for today. And my wife made me a sandwich. So I'm going to finish up this. And then it's still kind of spitting out yet. I might go back and try to finish up that corn plant, or at least just finish up putting the disc openers on. I gotta put those bushings on yet. And there's other things I can find to do here when I get done with the feeding. And I called that guy that lives a few miles from here to see about getting a shift lever for the 720. see if he can make one, and he said he can't do it. He said it's just too hard to do it because there's those little round balls at the end of the shift lever, if you remember, and they're like, he said he couldn't get them right, and obviously you don't know what the original measurements were on them. He said it'd just be too hard to do. He said what some people do is they take brazing rod and they braze it, like where that snap ring goes that I was showing, you know. He said they take and braze it and then they take and file it down. I think if you do that, you know brass is softer than steel and it ain't gonna last very long. So I don't know. He gave me a number for this one place. I think it's called Swagel Tractor Parts. It's in Wilmer, Minnesota. So I'm gonna try calling them and see what I can find. If I can't get a new lever, I can't get one. All there is to it. Okay, I'm up here, or done with the feeding, and up here by the corn planter. So I just have 2 row units left to replace, or the disc, 2 left to replace the disc openers. This one and that one. And the rain, I think it's still spitting out just a little tiny bit yet, so I'm gonna quick get those done. I don't really want to do it, but I'm gonna do it anyway and get it done with and over with, and then all that's left is to do the bushings, which I'll probably do when I'll have to take this plastic back off to do it. But at least I just want to get this planter done, though. I want to do it. I want it working good, because this is what, if it's not performing properly, it's what makes or breaks us. Oh yeah, and I still got to fix something else in here too. But anyways, I'm gonna quick get to that and get those drive wheels, or those disc openers, done. All right, finally got all the disc openers on, and this last one here, it was a real brute. Oh, these discs did not want to come off, and in the process I cracked one of the seed tubes on here, but I can replace it. I got to take off the box and take it off from the top, so I'll have to get one new seed tube. And I know they changed the diameter of the holes in there too for the seed sensor, so I know I might just have to get a new seed sensor on here too and do that. I don't really want to do that, but I don't know. Overall, I think the planter is, well, I just got to get those bushings. Let's see here. We got those bushings in here. Yeah, these are the bushings right here. And there's, what is there? There's 8 of them per box, so there's 60. Yeah, you got to get 64 of these things. So I've got half of 64, so that would be what, 32? That's 32 of them. So I just got to get the other 32 from the top yet. Let's see, tomorrow is Wednesday, so it'll be coming in on Wednesday. And I tried calling at one place. Then I talked to that one guy about getting a new trying to get a new shift lever. So yeah, so apparently I think my options right now are pretty much looking at just trying to find a good used one. Whatever reason, I don't know why they made new ones for that. I just do not know why. You can get new ones for that, but not for this tractor. That's kind of odd and frustrating, so I don't know. So if there's anybody that's watching knows of anybody where I can get a new shift lever, please let me know if you know of anybody that can get one, because it would sure be nice to get a new one. If I can't, I can't. I'm gonna I'm gonna try to call that Allstate Egg Parts. Let's see, where are they headquartered. Is it Hendricks, Minnesota? I think that's where they're... No, it's not Hendricks. Well, that's one of their salvage yards in Hendricks. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna call them and see what I can get. But it quit raining and it's starting to get a little light off in the west, I think. But so I think in total we probably got about, I don't know, 1.5 inches of rain. So I don't know. But it's cooling down here. I don't even know what the temperature is right now, but it's getting oops, check. Waiting. It said it's 46 degrees right now, Fahrenheit. So, and for all, oops. Oh, let me get back to that. There's supposed to be a place in here. Oh. Oh, well, I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. Let me ask my phone. What's the temperature right now outside in Fahrenheit? Whoops. What's the temperature right now in Celsius?
It's currently 8 degrees Celsius.
Okay, there you go for all you Europeans. It's 8 degrees Celsius. So it's gonna get colder tonight and tomorrow night. So hopefully we don't get a frost. But anyways, I gotta grab a bite to eat, and tomorrow the other stuff will be in this planter, and I'll hopefully work on more of it tomorrow. And so anyways, guys, have a good night. Take care. Please don't forget to check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Organic Dairyman. And thanks for watching. Have a good evening, and I'll catch you later.